my, that's a righteous toke. Just get me up here, get me a little smoke, and sharing that sacred high as we take off and fly with every one of you girls and guys. Oh, party girl, where are you? I need you here this morning, man. Let's get our heart a-rockin', man. Oh, Grandpa, the man with the plan. And babies, you talk about the plan. As I began explaining yesterday before we were so rudely cut off by the electrical powers that be in this reality, I just shows to me I got to get where I got a system of my own, so I don't have to rely on none of them folk out there. But they're pretty cool, man. They, you know, they try, you know, even though they charge through the nose for their silly little serviceman alive. And, you know, for all the magic they do with that electricity, you know, nobody can tell you what it really is. Well, it's electrons flowing, and yeah, what is it? Come on, what makes them electrons flow? Etc. You know, it's like, come on, guys. You don't even know what creation is, let alone electricity. And where do you feel the real electricity pouring from inside of your beautiful hide? Well, I know you already have, but there's more to go in this old medicine show. Let me tell you, electrical flow. It creates the reality around you. It really ain't electrical at all. It's powerful, man. It's like the power, and there ain't no other, man. I'm surprised we weren't able to override the power company and send them some power, man, back and just keep this thing rolling. Wow. Got to get over this weak human feeling, man. Can't let this illusion mess with us anymore. We got to be alive. We got to be rolling. Got to be inside of our heart, really, really knowing. I mean, embracing that love, this soft, sweet love. Oh, God, I can feel it now, man. Right there inside of each one of you coming up, just like the sun is today, man. Getting that bright, glittery, sangre glow going, don't you know? Oh, baby. See, that's what it means, man. It's the sun pouring out the wine of life into the chalice of the mother of love, babies, and we're soaking it up too. You think it's that? You get out and get some sun today and see what I say, man. That sun is talk about powerful, man. It'll bring you back, 'cause you know it's not just passing through or shining on your skin or anything like that anymore. It's uniting with your heart and soul, and soon to be seen from your bodily presence in its entirety as the entire world gets to glow. See, we're almost to that stage now, baby. We turned another page back there last Saturday at the Joyful Journey Intervision Conference there, Joyful Journey Hot Springs, Villa Grove, Colorado. If you want to have a great soak, man, and commune with some great folk, get your ass down there, I'm telling you, and put it in that, those embryonic waters, and oh my goodness, you'll know it's a sweet ass from there on out, I'll tell you. The baby Saturday, man, we did a little pipe ceremony at the beginning of things, you know. As some of you know, I'm a pipe bearer for, I've been appointed by the Algonquin nations, but, you know, it's kind of like every tribe there ever is, really, because it's kind of like there's a united federation of indigenous folk gathered up there in Canada, and they decided it was time for, you know, the plain people out there like myself, just, you know, plain ordinary folk, to catch on to what was going on, John. So they decided, and they commissioned a dude, a real sweethearted dude, to make a pipe or two and bring them on out to the, you know, bulk vast of humanity that don't have tribal identification the way they do, etc. So it's like a movement to show us that we all are just one heart, one voice, one conscious presence in this whole reality, inside of everything that lives, most especially us. So the smoking pipe, for those who don't know, is a sacred prayer, you see, and it's made of soapstone. I mean, in the tradition of, you know, some really good times 800 years ago or so, when things really were peaceful for a little while, they got in the flow because a little woman come by in a white leather dress with all kinds of fine beadwork on it and says, here, I'm going to show you the best and share with you this sacred pipe too. So you understand the gathering of earth, air, atmosphere, and the transformative flame of the heart, which changes everything, baby. And get your heart rising up so the angels can sing, and you can too, because you're an angel, don't you know? So, indeed, they gave this pipe, this outreach to humanity, to one of my dear friends up there in Canada, who happened to be a chief of one of the nations there, and says, You know who this belongs to. Take it to 'em. Next thing I know, they show up at my front door. Here I am becoming a pipe bearer, something I never thought of before. Though, of course I honor the tradition in it and everything else too. But wow, talk about bringing you up out of the black and turning you something more than shiny blue. Oh yeah, golden too. Oh, I just felt so honored, so blessed, so humbled by the experience of the presentation of that pipe. And we did a little ceremony down there in the park beside the Bliss Cafe, or the Blitz as I call it. You get blitzed at the Bliss, man, every time. New place there now, doggone it. Well, I love them so, but the old Blitz was kind of fun, don't you know? Just like the old bar around the corner from it, they shut down like 3 years ago. Shoot, man, it's like they're trying to outlaw fun in this reality. We can't allow that. Just as in a little aside. Get out of here, Skeeter. This Skeeter's trying to eat me alive today, but they're pretty light compared to what they were last year, I'll tell you, man. Just got to remember to hustle in and out of that door when you're moving in and out. You don't leave it open long or you'll get a house full of these little things like I had yesterday. Whew, thank goodness they're mostly gone today, eh? So anywho, I was appointed this pipe and told to share it as I was directed to by my heart, to do a smoke and prayer every day and always be in tune with the indigenous heart, which is the mother heart, which is the initial heart, the one life that I explained is in all of us, don't you know? So we did a little ceremony. I don't often bring it out. I'm a little shy about the whole thing, so I keep it personal and private most of the time, but I do my smoke and prayers pretty much every day. I skip one here and there, but then I do it another way. So it all gets done, see, because the pipe and I kind of, and over time now, I've had this, 3 years now. Yeah, I've been a bearer for 3 years now. And the pipe and I have become very communicative with one another. And it'll tell me when it wants to go and when it wants to stay. And it definitely insisted on going to the joyful journey the other day. I was just going to do the pipe ceremony as part of my normal presentation, but things got changed around. Next thing you know, we're opening the show with this pipe ceremony. So I set her down there on my beautiful red Pendleton blanket that I love it so, and we set them out just right, and then we shared with a circle of folks, sweethearts gathering at that little Inner Vision conference, I tell you. And we began a flow by toking on that pipe and passing it to, man. And it came back to me, the sun says, man, oh man, that is really grand. And the earth too, man. There was a union, a junction of heart. And then we gathered in a circle, hand to hand, heart to heart. Wow. We gave this area of the earth, in fact the whole earth, a brand new start, man, right there. The flow was on, baby. The glow was on, and from the center, the universal heart in the center of those gathered presences in that circle, oh my goodness, a flow began that spreads all across this great, great land, and the seas and the atmospheres too, and way beyond there, wouldn't you say? Yes, indeedy. You see, we have begun the flow of what you would call enlightenment, but it's not necessarily like Buddha sitting beneath the olive tree or, some hoogie-boogie sitting up on the mountain and spouting out beautiful things and so forth. This is reality. This is the complete change of our reality. This is a giving up of the miserable old 3D and getting on with the reality that's real. And there's a lot of folks out there thought they knew the deal, but baby, it's just all in what you feel, and it's all in what we're seeing, because that's what we're being seen. So Mother Earth, of course, as I explained there, is changing greatly right now, and the evidence is everywhere. It's right before your eyes, if you just stop denying it, get to flying with it, you see. Catch this great love flowing across this great land and seas and atmospheres from Grandpa Coyote and all those deers that gathered there together at that Inner Vision conference. What a beautiful, beautiful beginning. And then as we kind of, there never is a completion, but as we kind of shifted gears and began to go back to whatever else we wanted to be doing, we looked up in the sky and my goodness golly, there was a rainbow, a radiant rainbow about a gazillion miles wide, all the way around that sun. That's the gateway. That's the opening. So the gateway opening has begun. We're through. We're in it, babies. And some people call that a sundog effect, but let me tell you, that weren't no sundog unless it was going, woof, woof, follow me. I'll set you free. Maybe that's what it was, eh? All I know is the effect goes on. We're in the flow, and darlings, oh, you don't have to be anxious anymore. I keep telling myself that. One of these days I'll listen to myself. I'm so good at delivery, and I get it inside my soft, sweet hide as I'm delivering to everyone else too. But oh my goodness, it's like a delivery, man. Sometimes I tend to pick on myself rather hard. You spend too much time alone gathered with everybody else, don't you know? Oh, babies, I'm funning with you just a wee bit. But I'm sunning with you, too, and shining that same bright light here from 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky, as we shared the other day in that Coyote sort of way. It's always Coyote, man. It's always the trick and the joke and the laugh that goes with it, see? When the world erupts with laughter, we'll know it's finally caught on. And it starts quits taking itself so doggone serious. Oh my goodness. It's a tripping Tuesday. I can't help it. We're going to get it on. We already are though, baby. So just, let this flow come to you. Just like I could share the high when I toke a little of the sacred Mary J. Well, this is a high that, will really, honestly get you up to fly. For real. Live in your own creation and be happy about it. Man, I can hardly wait. Why does time even drag it out anymore? Come on, time, get out of the way. Let's get on with this today. It's a tripping Tuesday, and this is the way you find in the soft, gentle side of your heart the full presence of your life. The powerful presence in creation that doesn't really know that power until now because, till it was taken away, how would it know how to play? You see, it just doesn't know. When you have it all the time, it's just a glow and you don't know. But now that we've played it this way and, kind of found the negative side of it too, right along with the rest of it, well, babies, we got a gritty appreciation of the life and creation that we live, you see. And that's what gatherings like this moment we've been describing are all about. Bringing that conscious presence back alive inside every soft, sweet hide that lives here. And I don't care how tough you are, Bubba. It's okay, You can be tough as you want, but we all know that's just fakery, that you're just trying to cover something up. And what have you been hiding there, man? That you really do love everybody, and there's life inside of you that just digs it, no matter how clumsy you get about it. There's reasons why you're Bubba, and brother, I gotta tell you, I'm really amazed at what you've been able to do with that. I seen Bubba the other day. Well, I guess it's a while back. Bubba says, ooh, I was wrong to be a racist and a hateful being. I only see love now. And it's really, turned me around. And how? This was Bubba from the South, man. I'm telling you. Of course, it's a metaphor for the larger conscious or lack thereof. But Bubba's coming around, baby. The whole earth is. See, we've had many moments before where things have been joined together just like they were at the Intervision conference there. But these are gaining in their power of presence, these moments that bring forward the life. And I think at that moment, it was probably right around 10:30 a.m. or something like that in the great Mountain West here. I think about that same time all across the earth there were similar gatherings of a few beautiful sweethearts and an opening of the recognition of the flow of love, the light of life, and the beautiful contrast we've portrayed for ourselves here in this, what do you call it? Alternative reality. There it is. I got it. The alternative reality. Just so we would know, just so we could appreciate what we have, don't you know? So as this flow comes to you, this is what you first feel. It's an overwhelming gratitude. You might be living on the edge of death, ready to divorce yourself from life and everybody else in it. You might be in the most sour, awful, damn place there could ever be. And when this flow hits you, all of a sudden it's a whole different reality. That thought doesn't have hold water anymore. I mean, it just flows on through, and it's done with you, and you're done with it too. See, it happens just that fast. So let this flow come to you, baby. I'm certainly sharing the glow, and so are all them other folks that gathered it together there in that little circle of love, babies. It's off the charts in its reality. And I got to tell you the truth, it's an end of all this fatality. There'll be nothing to fear here, dear. Weaponry don't work when death is no longer near. You see, you can't kill or destroy anything. Everything, which is us, lives forever. And we've known that all along. Even our stupid ass religions pay homage to, the spirit coming in and going out. The reality is that life is a constant, steady stream. And these are just waves. These lives we live here in this earth atmosphere are just waves in that stream. It seems like you come from this side because we agree to a dumber state of being, a darker state. So from this side it seems like you live and then you die, and go, well, the reality is, first, the life is a constant, steady line there. There's really no getting away from it. We can weave off to this side for a while and live an artificial life for a bit, and then we can weave up to the other side for a while and live a little higher than we really need to, and then we can get in the flow of that steady, ever-loving life, don't you know? But no matter how we take it, it's like a little S-turn we just made there, you right? See? But no matter how we take it, we know now the flow go on forever. And as this becomes our reality, well, shucks. What is there to fight over anymore? If you can't kill the assholes, you better learn to get along with them, eh? And they better catch the flow and get on with it too. See, an asshole's become a non-present person here. There is not a state of existence that could be called that as this flow comes and changes everything. The folks catch on and their hearts start to glow. See, it's like angels rising up inside of humanity, because that's the reality. That's not a metaphor. That's a truth. These are angelic presences in each one of us, come to experience, sometimes the most awful ways, just so we can get on into delightful days. See, the party, that we began there at the joyful journey and other places simultaneously around this earth by the coincidence of spirit heart, which coordinates everything. Well, babies, comes the blossoming of the sweet flower of life. For real this time, and this is the deal. Mother and son are becoming one, as are we inside of our personal being, as an exact replication of her too, babies. No matter how we're expressed here, man. So this is the glow of life you're starting to feel the flow of inside, baby. As it kind of expands outward from your center areas, your heart more particularly, but from your center areas, and blossoms through your entire heart and soul, don't you know, your entire blossoming person. You start to realize this little physical carcass is just a beginning. That your full presence could never be stuffed into such a tiny little space. If there is a space, your reality at all, that whole thing's probably an illusion, right? It probably is. Got to think about it, man, Maybe life is just totally and completely unified in the one-person presence of the heart, eh? And each one of us are, as I say, an exact replication of that in some way. You see, the children of the universe, the star beings, the bird tribe, and then some, man. We are the vibe tribe of love from which creation grow. And that's why it's really good that we know we got the attitude of gratitude going on here, don't you know, on the Coyote Medicine Show. On the Hazy Radio Network. We got so much more for you this morning, kiddos. Stay in the flow. Be the life you are. Let this light come on inside, and you'll see far more clearly, dearly. I tell you will, man, especially when you got the light behind it. See, when the light source comes from you and not from someplace outside of you. Wee. Talk about a clear vision. Melts away all the division of multi-dimensional realities and parallel universes and all the horse shit that goes with it. Scientists, I'm sorry, guys. We just had to keep you entertained for a while. But the division is no more as you get in the flow and even the scope inside yourself, don't you know? Just ask Bubba, he'll tell you, and Jungle Jane too, man. But she'll tell you in a different way. Better watch out for her, she's a wild one, man. Now here, listen, I got a little news break for you, but I ain't got time to put that belly ache on right now that says, oh, they talk and we rock. So instead, I'm just going to tell you straight up, baby. All highways and everyone we travel as these little vehicles and vessels of the love and heart of life. And all highways, as we continue our journey, lead to the same paradise. You look down the road and guess what? It's the same destination no matter which direction you turn. No matter how fast or slow you drive or whether you lollygag around getting there, you look down the road. You see the sunrise. And in that sunrise, you see your own little city of light. Yeah, that's right. Your heart arising, the innocent child of the angel love that we are, setting ourselves free, ending our period of slavery to the abject feelings we created here, man, and all the unreality to go with it. So, babies, as we fly down this highway, babies, and take it this way on a tripping Tuesday, when you say, oh my God, it's a trip. We look at all those alligator lizards in the air and all that surrounds them, you know, all that don't care, all that have been brainwashed and busted down and brought back up as a foot soldier on this side of town and made into kind of a anti-party clown with a great big frown and a feeling of like dread because he knows everybody's going to be dead time he or she is through with that, man. Ooh, baby. So with them, we share the wealth of our awakening. They look down the road, they see the same thing you do, babe. They see that golden heart of love and that sunrise, and they know their time has come. Their real medicine now can get in the flow. They ain't going to be empty and programmable no more. And neither are we, because you set others free, you set yourself free. That's just the way it be, man. Magic in the mystery of life, purely and simply given from the innocent heart of love inside of everyone. That's why the eagle is called the dove, because the dove's heart is innocent in everyone. And you got the love dove of life right here, man, helping you get it clear. Little Obi-Wan Kenobi, my whiny weenie dog dear. Oh, yeah. He's the one, man. Well, I'm sure you are too, man, because we all got that clear little heart, those innocent eyes like he does, you know. Just a matter of allowing it to be, baby. No matter whether your name's Dick Cheney or, Ralph Horowitz or whatever it may be, man. Let go of the name and be who you are. See, we've been taught and trained here to get our identity from our name, our family, our place of being in life, our home, our car, our color TV and our furniture too, and even the dogs and cats we keep around, let alone the ponies and the cows and the buffaloes too, and everything else we might do in this life to help us on through. Oh, babies, I'm so in love with you, don't you know? The medicine's in the flow. It's all love, and it all leads to the same place. So wipe that smile off your face and frown again, clown. Just try. See, you can't do it. Oh, Grandpa pulled a little coyote whammy-o on you, baby. Ooh-wee. We set all these foot soldiers free, all these girls and guys across this planetary reality, whether they be cops or they fry around in hella chops or, they be even worse than that and dropping bombs on people and sending in the drones, and stuff like that, man. We just help them all be happy because they see where it be and where it all leads. And therefore they can let go of any suppression of feeling they might have. And get real with themselves. Now, aren't you guys happy that Grandpa Coyote chose to be your friend again and again? He means to have it so with you, babies. It's the rock and the roll. It's the medicine of your heart and soul. It's everything you ever wanted and then some, don't you know? Here on the Hazy Radio Network, you get it clear, dear. Yes, indeedy, the flow coming your way. Oh, not just from 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky. There's a mothership love approaching, don't you know? She's not too far out there right now. In fact, as the distance of space caves in, which it does, he says with a grin, mothership love is here too. You start to see what that really is and realize, well, we've been riding in that mothership all along here in this 3D reality, you see. That's where all the projected planetarium of the universe. I mean, ask any of these guys in the secret space program if they can truthfully fly the universe. And they'll say, well, we bounce off a wall somewhere out there. See, now you're getting it clear. The spaceships they build ain't worth a shit because they can't get away with it. They can't go nowhere, man. It's a planetarium / terrarium. It ain't real, man. It's an experience, you know. It's like you go in the planetarium and you lay back and in your little chair and start watching the shiny little stars they're projecting there. And next thing you know, you're one of those stars and you're everywhere and all surrounded by lush jungle life and everything happy and moving along, singing a song and just chugging up the hill and around it and through it and up on top of it and down on the underside of it too, man. And, you know, just sharing the wealth of our sweetheart everywhere, man. Showing that we care because we live in that creation. How else can it be but to set ourselves free and let ourselves be this life that we are? Living no matter what state of being we might be in and feeling it too. That's what makes it real and supersedes this deal we call death and brings us back to life inside. When you realize how dead you've been, then you know where you're going, don't you? You see the end, which is where we began. The arrival at the moment of true love. The fulfillment of every heart that could ever be. Living in this planetary reality. And it takes a lot of endurable goods to get us to here, baby. Hey, we see that kind of clear now too, don't we, dear? Oh, yeah. Thank you for being my friend, my soulmate, my companion, and everything else that goes with it, babies. You're my little cherry bomb, you know, each and every one of us, and, you know, myself included, and Okiwan too, man, and all the dogs and kitties and horses and animals that play with us, and especially the bears, you know. It's time for some real changes in this reality, you know. It's like we've been in a long hibernation here, you know, and man, we're like the bear stepping out and sniffing that Rocky Mountain air and saying, hey, baby, this is a different world than the one I went to sleep in. Man alive. Talk about overdrive. And even though I've been sleeping all winter and I should be hungry as hell, I'm not. Wow, in fact, I'm kind of satisfied inside of this furry little hide. Says the bear to no one there except for the eagle that flies way up there and sees them clear, dear. Yes, indeed. See, the bear is there in all its hair because the eagles see it that way, don't you see? That's you, me, the dove, in the eagle heart of love, flying high, 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 high above and experiencing this creation as it occurs through our ever-loving heart. That's living life as a living work of art. And baby, you got it now. And how? Watch out, world. We are here. The opening and the awakening. And then some.
3 miles high, and when you touch down, you'll find that it's